My name is Stephanie Weisberg, and I'm a curator here at the Pulitzer Arts Foundation. The exhibition is titled Assembly Required. The exhibition includes 9 artists and collectives, and each of the artists invites members of the public to participate directly in the creation of the artwork. The artworks on view that you see here behind me are objects that were produced by the artist, but they're not considered finished until members of the public come in and interact with them. Each of the artists produced work under distinct social and political contexts from 1959 until the present moment. And in fact, there are 7 different countries represented among the artists on view. But they all came out of a sense of urgency around bringing people together through collective action and gathering in space as a means of sparking dialogue and creating new ways of seeing the world. And the artists saw this as a very powerful way that art could function as a resistance tool against oppression. There are many artists in the world today and over the past several decades that invite members of the public to directly engage or participate in artworks. And so in order to make the determination of how artists would fit into this show in particular, I was thinking about artists that issue that invitation specifically out of a sense of social or political urgency. It felt important that the invitations for activation be something that people could actually realize in the space. So many artworks that one might encounter in a museum setting that relate to the notion of participation. An artist has invited members of the public to co-produce something with them, but then what you're viewing is the finished product. So if an artist invited members of the public to co-produce a quilt in a workshop, you might see a quilt. But what you see less often are works that actually invite members of the public throughout the course of the exhibition to handle, shape, build, manipulate, and intellectually engage with the works in creative ways. And so each of the works on view either issue this direct invitation and are available for members of the public to handle directly, or they show documentation of people engaging directly with the artwork rather than just a finished product. What's been demonstrated already, now that we've had the show open for just under a week, is that people are bringing with them their experiences in the world in the current moment in terms of how they're interpreting the work. I've heard from people that have activated works in our main gallery space by the German artist Franz Erhard Walter, which involves unfolding a textile element and physically interacting with it in some way. So one element, for instance, includes 2 people which are asked to stand at far ends of a canvas loop so that they can just see each other's eyes. And I've heard people say that after leaving the museum, they go out into the world, and this experience sparks their imagination or makes them think more deeply about how they're connected to other people and what it means to experience and be near each other after these past 2 years of isolation. This exhibition has been in the making since 2019, and it originally was conceived of as a moment to reflect on the questions that artists have brought to the table in terms of how art can play a role in bringing us together and responding to very difficult political contexts. But in the intervening years, the pandemic caught us all by surprise, and the show ended up having to be delayed. And in many ways, I think it's been richer because of the intervening time, and I hope that people come out and enjoy themselves, have a moment of reflection, a moment of playfulness, a moment of optimism, and to think about how artists open up space for helping us see the world in new ways. Assembly Required is open through July 31st. The museum is open 10 to 5, Thursday through Sunday, and then we're open till 8 p.m. on Fridays. And people can visit our website, pulitzerarts.org, to find out more information about programming for this exhibition.